The Digimon TCG sucks. No, not that one. This one. The Digimon Digibattle card game. Yeah, so I just wanted to open this real quick and show you guys what comes in the box, or what would have come in the box if you guys had bought this way back in the day when this was still the thing, you know, when it was still around. Spoiler alert, I did already open it. I got it on eBay, and I wanted to make sure that everything was here. So let's go ahead and show you what we got. So this would have come with the instruction manual. Don't worry about this. This is nothing. The instruction manual, which in itself is a whole mess. You get some cool products though. Okay. But yeah, this game is something. You also get the playmat, which has all your zones and everything, and is on the back, I believe, is a poster, like all the cards in this set. So that's pretty cool, I guess. You get these little buggers. This is essentially your life points. No, you don't have life points in this game. You just score. I got something I want to say about that later. But yeah, this is essentially, you get to 1,000, you win. These came in pieces, by the way. I had to put them together. It feels like a board game more than a trading card game, but you know. And then we get the Digimon Digibattle cards out of here. Now these cards, this right here actually, this is what they recommend to. So this is 60 cards right here, 60 cards. That's not. You might think that's a deck. No, this is 2 decks apparently. A deck is 30 cards. That's another issue that we'll talk about later. But yeah, they give you this little card to be like, this is how we recommend putting the cards together, so you have 2 decks. But these cards, I used to have some as a kid, and they are very nostalgic. If you saw my Digimon box opening, the first one, you see I was looking for these kind of cards that had like this old style to it, this old border and everything. So they're very nostalgic cards. I mean, look at the foiling on these. It's really cool. But too bad the game sucks. Yeah, so that's about it. I just wanted to show you real quick what comes in the box. But to really evaluate this game, I need to play it. The Digibattle card game was released in February of 2000 and was discontinued in 2001. What? It lasted barely 2 years. So to figure out why, I decided to play it, like I said earlier. And to do this, I kidnapped my buddy Will and told him I would only feed him if he played this terrible discontinued card game with me. Seriously though, you should go check Will out on his channel, Big Cheese. He does art stuff. It's pretty cool. There are 4 phases of this game that repeat themselves in a loop. There's the beginning phase, where each of you choose a rookie from your deck and place it face down in the designated area, and then shuffle the remainder of your deck and place it into the online pile. You then draw 10 cards, yes, 10 cards, in a 30-card deck, and then move to the Digivolution phase. Here, each player chooses a card in their hand that can digivolve from their chosen rookie, places it face down in the Digivolution zone, and then reveals them simultaneously and places them on top of the rookie. If you don't have a champion level or that can evolve on top of the rookie, or you just don't want to, you can skip the phase. Then next is the battle phase. Each player previously would have played like rock, paper, scissors to determine priority order. Each player takes turns playing option cards until they run out or decides to stop. Once both players are done playing option cards, they compare attack power and biggest number wins. We then move to the regroup phase, where you may discard any cards you don't want, draw back up to 10 in a 30-card deck, and you can select a new rookie if you want and place it on top of the old rookie, and then repeat from the Digivolution phase. So we decided to play 2 games to just kind of get the hang of how everything works, and then we decided to film 2 games. And I have many problems, but we'll talk about that later. First of all, the scoring system is stupid. In most card games like Magic, Pokemon, Yu-Gi-Oh!, even the new Digimon TCG, there are some form of life points that you must deplete from the other opponent to win. In Pokemon, there are prize cards. In Magic and Yu-Gi-Oh!, there are life points. And in Digimon, you have the security stack. But in this game, you have to be the first person to score 1,000 points. And there is no way to interact with the scoring system. If someone scores 300 points, there's nothing you can do about it. In every other one of these card games, you are defending yourself. So there's a plethora of strategies you can use to defend yourself and, prevent people from scoring on you or depleting your life points. But in this game, there's nothing you can do about it. The only way that I've seen to prevent your opponent from winning points is just to win the battle yourself. There's literally nothing else you can do. If they score 300 points, you're screwed. You can't do anything about it. There's just nothing you can do. You just have to hope you win more battles, more big number wins than your opponent, and score first. It's so dumb. Another issue I have with this game is that it's just war. Big number win. There's very little strategy aside from have a higher number. Each Digimon has a type in the top left corner of the card and 3 different attacks on the bottom of the card that relate to one of the 3 types of Digimon. There's also on the bottom of the card a score section which goes over how many points you're going to score based on what level of Digimon you destroy, like Rookie, Champion, Ultimate, and Mega. The attack your Digimon uses depends on the opponent's Digimon type. There are options to change your battle type or gain 50 points to your attack. But other than that, there's really nothing you can do. But there is a bit more to look at. You see, the battle phase is where I have the most issues with this game. Ignore the wardrobe change. This game is a champions game. And what I mean by that is not that it's for the best of the best players. Only champions play this game. No. I mean that it's literally a champions game. We played 4 games. Throughout the 4 games we played, we never managed to evolve into a Mega Form. We managed to get to Ultimate maybe 3 or 4 times total. Between the 2 of us, total in the 3 or 4 games. It's really just play Rookie, play Champion, and just hold out until the Champion goes away. So you keep your Champion card until it's defeated. But here's where it gets a little weird. You see, even if any of us managed to get to Mega, the way the mechanics work, so when your online pile runs out of cards, you take your offline pile and your entire field, shuffle them together, and put them back in the online pile. Now what that means is that your Rookie will stay on the field, but any Digimon you have stacked on top will go away. So if you somehow manage to get all the required setup and cards needed to get to the Mega, you might have it for 1 turn, and then you'll have to reshuffle and get rid of it. So it really is just play with the best champions you can, because you're probably not going to get past that. We hit Ultimate, like I said, maybe 3 or 4 times, and when we did, it was nice, but I think every time we hit Ultimate, we all had to shuffle our decks back, and it ruined everything. So it really is just play your Champion card and hope that's good enough. Champions and Rookies. I mean, there's probably... I don't know how many cards actually came out because it wasn't very much, but there's probably a decent Rookie rush strategy where you just play a bunch of Rookies and kind of go that route. I don't know. This game's weird, but that's not it. You see, these are starter decks, and in the box there was a card that recommended the correct cards to make 2 decks to play with each other. So I did this, and there is one deck that won all 4 games we played. And that was all because of one card. When this card was played, it completely overran the game. And that card is Downgrade. This card is busted. See, Downgrade is a card that's so strong in a game where you only really ever get to champion level. This card's just like, hey, no thanks, you don't get to be champion, and then you lose that battle. And because the deck is 30 cards, and you're constantly cycling, you're going to get this card multiple times, so you can keep using it. So literally every game we played, Downgrade came out and just completely warped the game. See, we even tried swapping cards in the decks. We actually added cards, better cards, to the other deck to help mitigate the overwhelming power of Downgrade, and it didn't help. It was exactly the same. It was still super strong. I think if you ever randomly decide to play this stupid game, just take this card out. Just do it. It comes with 2 extra cards that you're not supposed to use, so just take Downgrade out, and it's probably going to be a much more even match. The other deck has a much easier line to getting to its mega, but it just doesn't matter when Downgrade constantly comes out and resets your progress, so you just can't get there. So really the last thing we need to talk about is something I've kept mentioning over the course of this video, and that's the deck size. I mean, 30 cards is not very many cards. And especially in a game where every turn you're drawing back up to 10 cards in your hand, this many, that's kind of insane. I mean, you're basically always drawing broken cards, like Downgrade, that stupid card. And because the deck's only 30 cards, with the way the mechanics work, you're going to be constantly cycling your field as well. So it just doesn't feel like you can really strategize all that much. You can't really have a game plan all that much. You just kind of have to go with the flow. I mean, you can select what cards you keep in your hand, and you can discard some and draw, but you're not building a field out. You're just like, all right, I'm going to try this, and then once my deck runs out, I have to come up with a new strategy and then a new one. It doesn't feel like a real game. And I think that's probably one of the reasons that it failed. Between poor distribution and lack of event play, plus the massive popularity of Pokemon at the time, it's no wonder the game failed. Apparently the game was perfectly functional in Japan, but when they brought it to the US, something went very wrong, and it kind of just didn't work. There was so much that was lost in translation. Now, with all of this being said, all the complaining and the ranting that I've done, I'm not gonna lie and say that by the end of the 4 games, we didn't have some fun in there somewhere, hidden amongst the rough. I could see glimpses of a decent, coherent game. Maybe not anything crazy competitive, but something fun that, you could play with your friends a little bit back in the day. But I mean, it was very tiny, very small glimpses. I think overall it was probably a good idea that this game just kind of went away, because there was just something wrong with it. And honestly, it made way for a very good Digimon card game. Like the new one that came out in 2020 is really good. It's really fun. The cards are amazing. It's still getting support. It's already lasted like double the amount of time the original one did. There was another, I think, 1 or 2 more in between, but this new one is really good. So honestly, out with the old and in with the new, as they say. I think we're in a very good position. We're in a very good spot with the new Digimon TCG, but it was really fun to go back and look at this failed card game and see how much they've improved and how horribly they handled the first time. I want to give a big thanks to everybody for waiting as long as you did for this video. My schedule's packed. I have a lot going on. I work full-time. I do school full-time. So it's hard to find time to sit down and record a video, especially a longer video like this. So you know, it took a while, but it's here. I'm really proud of how it came out. Please like, subscribe, leave a comment, share the video, because that really does help. I did all the YouTube things I'm supposed to do, I think. So yeah, I think that's really about it. I hope you enjoyed the video. No, there's still one thing I need to do.